everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Drunk on Rom-Coms. I am Connie.
And I'm Marie, and it's season 3, baby.
Woo! I thought you were going to be like, it's season 3, bitches.
I should have, my bad. I'll do it for our next episode.
And what are we talking about today?
Well, before we get there, if this is somebody's first episode, Drunk on Rom-Coms, no. You don't get to know what we're about. You just experience it. Anyway, we're a podcast that talks about all things romantic comedies, good, the bad, the ugly, the sexy, the not sexy, and we have fun drinks along the way. So thank you for joining us. And Connie, to answer your question, we are talking with a new segment about age gap, because 'tis the season. Back in 2024, there was a lot of movies going on with the whole age gap theme. And today we are doing 2024's The Idea of You.
Woo! I do want to give a little tidbit on The Idea of You. From what I heard, now take this with a grain of salt, because not everything you read on the internet is, true. But this is a Harry Styles fanfic.
What?
Yes, someone wrote a fan fiction about Harry Styles, and then they just turned it into a book, and now it's a movie.
I feel like this sounds kind of familiar, but I didn't know if that was real. But can you imagine if it is real? Like, just let's say in this universe, this is 100% real. Is that a compliment?
I think so. I mean, it's how 50 Shades of Grey was a fanfic of Twilight. So I think this did very well for itself.
I feel like Connie liked this movie.
I did like this movie.
If somebody did not know about the whole fanfic thing, really quick, IMDb synopsis says, Solène, a 40-year-old single mom, begins an unexpected romance with 24-year-old Hayes Campbell, the lead singer of August Moon, the hottest boy band on the planet.
Sometimes I feel like I should read the synopsis because I was trying my hardest to do the math here. I'm like, okay, I think she's 40. They don't say his age until middle of the movie. So I was thinking with the first hour, I'm like, okay, what?
But they literally planned the 40th birthday party in this movie.
Yes, her, I got it within the first few. And then I was like, okay, she had to be 20 something to have her kid, because her kid's 16.
Yep.
This was my my whole movie watching was I should have read the synopsis. It's what it all comes down to.
It's totally fine.
So Solène is going to be turning 40.
Yes.
She is divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Has a 16-year-old, 15-year-old child. She owns a gallery. And is, has an ex that's a douche.
Douche Daniel.
That's his name.
And in this same world, there's the hottest boy band on the planet, August Moon. Basically, the opening situation is that the dad got his daughter Coachella VIP tickets. So first of all, bougie.
I know. I love it.
But second, it was VIP access to August Moon, a boy band that she hasn't been interested in since she was preteen.
Yeah, 7th grade.
Right. Specifically. But you're going to Coachella with your friends and you have VIP that's amazing.
I wouldn't be mad at it. And she was I'm just going to go and visit all these other artists and I don't care about August Moon.
She's not a moonhead anymore.
That's what they're called.
They're called moonheads.
Aww. Well, that's cute. I did not pay attention.
I was invested. I'm because shout out to everybody who's been to Coachella, but I assume that was a pretty accurate depiction of what being at Coachella is like. A little too grungy. A little too grungy for me.
Yeah, I've never been to Coachella. I don't have an urge to go to Coachella. I think I passed the age of going to Coachella. No, I'm tired. I need to be in a bed by 10.
But tell me why. I know you said that you're too old to be going to Coachella or to even be a moonhead, but there was this other lady in the VIP access who Anne Hathaway's character meets. What did I say her name was? Solène? There we go.
Solène.
Because Solène had to bring her daughter at the end of all things because the dad was like, more important stuff over here, blah, blah, blah. So there's this woman who probably looks about the same age as her, and she asked, I think she asked it, but there was a quote in here where somebody was like, "Oh, is this your first time getting mooned?" Excuse me?
You know what I said about this woman? I was all like, that's me. I feel like I am that woman who has favorites in a boy band who are definitely younger than me. I remember I got you into One Direction. Well, I don't know if I got you into One Direction. I was really into One Direction in college. And I had posters all over my room, and they were, what were they, like 16, 17?
Were they? Ooh.
Yeah, they were really young.
You cougar. You college cougar.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, Louis my favorite because he's older. That was my reasoning for liking them.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think I had picked Zayn at the time when you had started getting into it, and I was like, okay, well, that one. That one I'm into.
I know, and I gave you all of his posters.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Put it on the wall.
Anyway, what do you think about this meet cute? In his bathroom, in his trailer.
I thought it was, did she even get near a trailer in the first place? I get that she had VIP passes. Where's security? Where the hell are they? That she just walked into his trailer and was going to use the bathroom, and then they just met, and she's like, get out of my way, I gotta pee.
It was a boss move, really, if anything. It's just a boss move. And as unlikely and impossible as this could happen, for some reason, he was really into it.
Yeah. He as soon as that door opened, it was like, bam! This is who I'm gonna fuck.
Like, thank you, Hayes Campbell. Please let me go pee first.
And she felt a little something too. So
I mean, she did. It was an extended eye contact, and we know with extended eye contact, it's either really sexy or really creepy. No in between.
No, it depends on who's doing the staring, to be quite honest.
It 100% has to do with the staring. But I forgot what the other movie was where they had a bathroom meet cute too. Was it the Matthew Perry one? Do you remember? Where they were in line for the bathroom? It's not important.
I don't remember anything that happened a year ago. Anyway, so they meet, they talk a little bit. He has to get ready for the concert, and so she just leaves, right? Do you think he is actually singing in this movie?
No.
I don't think so either.
I say no because I feel like some of the other guys are singing. Like, I could get there, but I remembered he was also in the Camila Cabello's Cinderella,
right?
But I don't remember if he sang in that.
He did. But I hated it because he sang "Somebody to Love."
Well, then it might be him singing.
It might be him singing. But he kind of dedicated a song to her. I mean, we'll get to this, but he's into older women. So he sang a little bit, I know you're a little bit older, and like stared at her. And she's like, okay.
So I feel like as the daughter Izzy, like if you're watching this as Izzy, are you looking at my mom?
Yeah, but was she really paying attention? I don't think so.
I think she was having a good time. She was just with her friends. She has a great relationship with her mom, and everybody's great. It's just, there were things a brewing.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever. Everything's great. She met a hot man and whatever. We're never gonna see him again.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right. For some reason.
Wrong.
I mean, not for some reason. He knew within this meetup that she had a gallery, and he ended up at this gallery.
Of course he did.
Again, what? I just don't understand how he can just leave. He didn't have any security with him.
Maybe he did.
The driver.
But I think that's also his security guy. He was a big guy.
So he ended up at the gallery, and the employees were staring hard.
How do you knock, honey? Harry Styles walks into your office. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'd be staring hard.
Yes. He comes into there. They go to a second location, but it's totally safe and sexy. And it's very interesting how invested he is in learning about her. And it's this whole concept of like, she wasn't starstruck by him and just saw him as a person. And that was so refreshing for him that it was sexy.
Yeah, but also because, she's like, I don't know your music, kind of. I only listen to what my daughter listens to. So it kind of humbled him, right? I think that's what he liked, right? And then he's like, let's just keep hanging out. And she's like, oh,
okay,
let's go to my house. I mean, because that's where you usually go.
Like, let me just take you home with me. And again, it's just more bonding, learning more backstory about each other. It's going great. She makes him a sandwich.
Which is probably the best sandwich they've ever eaten. I just have another bone to pick with this movie. She has a home phone. I don't know if you noticed. Who has a home phone in like 2024?
Like the landline?
Yes, it is a landline. And then her daughter called it. Her daughter, who is probably on her cell phone. I don't know. But while that was happening, Mr. What is his name? Hayes went to the piano to play a little something something. And they started to get all hot and steamy there.
The natural progression of piano playing and sexy time, it checks out.
Yeah, we love that. I mean, if there's a piano, you know there's going to be sexy time on there.
At least some sex on it.
Right. And I love that for her, but she just, she's like, I'm too old for you. And
he was like, don't care.
Yeah,
more.
He don't care. Give me more.
And she basically kicks him out, but obviously he leaves his watch because maybe
Cinderella.
Yeah. Huh? Easter egg.
What was she supposed to do with that? Like, give it back to him? Like, I don't understand why he left it.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, that's the excuse of like, well, we have to see each other again. You have to give me my watch back. Oops, I left it. Can I have my watch back? I guess we have to see each other.
Yeah, but he was the one that reached out to her first after he left that watch. So it's kind of like, well, why did you leave it?
Because he's thirsty, Connie.
Yeah, glug glug.
Glug glug indeed.
I mean, he was so thirsty that he invited her to New York when he was going to be over there. And she's like, why not?
Okay. What else she doing? Not working?
I mean, not working, not taking care of her child because she's somewhere else.
She went to summer camp, which at first I was like, isn't she too old to be summer camp? But then she's a counselor. I'm like, that makes more sense.
Right.
But anyway, so Solène has the summer to herself and this man who now, after New York, now we're in Europe and in Barcelona. I think they hit Paris at one point.
Yeah. They went everywhere. I mean, basically, he bought her a whole gallery, so I get it. Like, props, if you're going to be rich, why not go to all these places and have your little sexcapade?
Mm-hmm. Have the sexcapade.
They were doing all this stuff in these different countries, and I'm like, how are they not getting caught?
Right?
Where?
That was driving me crazy.
Where are the paparazzi? And as soon as I said that,
the movie's like, people are constantly on their phones, like posting stuff. How has the masses not figured it out while they've been in Europe? You know what I mean? Like, so we were close.
Yeah. Like, my whole thing is they're super, super famous.
Mm-hmm.
Not even like a little like bloop. They're in this like country today.
I mean, they literally were posting on the plane. Like, she's in the background, you know?
Yeah.
And you could not tell me that everybody, like all of the other groupies and the manager and other whatever, didn't really believe that she was his consultant or whatever. I'm like, really?
There's no way.
But anyway, it blows up. It blows up, obviously. And
one of the main things of this blow up is her daughter was okay with it until it got too much for her at school, which I get it. Mm-hmm. Bullies are everywhere. Solène saw this and was like, I can't be with you. Cry. He's all like, well, let's revisit this in 5 years.
It's so specific.
I know. Well, they did it because then the daughter would be out of school. So she would be in
21.
21, so out of college. So yeah, 5 years, goal setting. But she's like, don't wait for me. I'm not going to wait for you. They waited for each other.
Obviously, they waited for each other.
Like, why not? And I just love that how they showed his age was just adding facial hair.
I wish the facial hair was a little bit. It was giving too much soul patch and not enough side work.
It was just too much of a different color for me to find it believable. It was blonde. His hair was like dark brown. And I get it. There's some men that have a little red tint to their beard. I get it. But this looked patchy.
It looked patchy. That's what it was, Connie. Because I was like, why is there so much here? And then like
nothing.
Like we couldn't fill it in a little bit, everybody. Like you couldn't touch it up.
But I mean, happy ending.
Happy ending. Easy peasy. It's fine.
Yay!
So it's time for us to talk about our lovely take me on the piano moments in the movie that were super sexy, and trust, this movie did have some. So I appreciate that. Connie, what did you appreciate?
Okay, there were a few times, a few quotes that Hayes Campbell, that's his name, right? Yeah. Said when they were just meeting, she was talking about, oh, my daughter is here. Her father got her VIP tickets. And he goes, so her father, not your husband. And I'm like, oh! The look in his eyes when he said that, oh my God.
Like, that is the appropriate question to ask, sir.
And then, I mean, if anyone dedicated a song to me, pants dropped and looked at me from stage while
so
you're
they have to be actually performing it. Yes,
right, exactly. The staring in general in this film was, yes,
100%. We love the lingering eye contact. So good.
Yeah. I mean, and then there was also a take me on the piano moment.
A literal
take me on the piano moment. And then also the first time they had sex in New York. She came in
Obviously.
like 3 seconds.
I mean, it's been a minute. The other guy was a piece of shit, so
yeah. So I mean, it was bound to happen.
That was really just the warm up coming, and then more later.
Exactly. Those were some hot moments.
I 100% also appreciate all of the sexy eye contact in this film. I think he does a great job sexually taking care of her. Love that for her.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, obviously, this is what my note says. I mean, when there's a literal piano ready to go, you have sex on that piano.
You gotta.
I was a little disappointed that they didn't, or at least do more fun stuff besides make out on the piano. But like, I appreciate that the piano was represented in this film. And then obviously the first time they had sex in New York, but specifically for me was the two things actually. One, when she showed up, she was in this dress that I thought was going to be very complicated for her to get out of. But then when he starts doing fun things, it's in 2 pieces. And I got so excited. I was like, thank God this is in 2 pieces. Otherwise, I would have been like, just rip it. Rip the dress. I don't even care anymore. Just.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing dress. If anyone sees this movie, I'm like, she looks so good in it too.
But it was long sleeve and it was like a long dress. I was like, no. It's got to be short and it's got to be stretchy, you know?
Gotta get it off fast.
Off, like that's the whole point. But she did have like sexy chonies, which I appreciated. But anyway, that all of that to say, I love having post sexy time room service. I don't know if that's like such a great way to regroup and refresh with expensive meals in your comfy hotel room and just eating naked. All great.
Yeah. Have sex, eat. Have sex, eat. What more do you need?
You work out during the sex part and then you replenish. Repeat.
Get your chicken nuggets.
Get it! No, I got chicken fingers.
Same thing.
Either way, that was like just a little bit like, come on, man. You were just this powerful being and ordering your little chicken tendies.
That's how you know that he's young.
Yes, I was like, that was a choice to show age. Yeah. Thank you. Now we are jumping into our Why Are You Like This segment. Parts of the movie that made us question these people and their choices. They didn't need to do these things, but they did them anyway. Why would they do that? Connie?
The dad.
Daniel,
Just existing in the movie, he had no right to tell her who to date when he was the one that, one, cheated on her, and two, with a younger model. I mean, I don't know if she was a model, but you know what I mean.
I don't know, but younger person. Like she worked at the office with him.
And then how his merger just blew up, and that he couldn't take them to Coachella. Cringe. Then the other girls that were on the European leg of the trip, I just hated all of them. They were bitchy and rude and judgmental. I'm like, she is having the time of her life here, ladies. Women should bring up women.
Damn straight. Preach, Connie.
Yes. There was a phrase in this movie that said, like, people just hate happy women. And I, like, that is so true to the core. And why can't she just date a 24-year-old? Anyway, the last thing, her bangs and sunglasses in this movie, I just couldn't. They were just in her eyes the whole time. Her sunglasses were too big for her face. It was just distracting to me, to the fact that I just wanted to just blow on her face so that her hair would go out. And I'm so glad by the end of the movie, to pass time, they cut them. Like, that's how you know that they were in the future. She doesn't have them anymore. And I'm so glad, because she looks so much better.
You're not a bangs gal.
I mean, I am to an extent, but not with her. She did not, I don't know.
Amazing. Yes, obviously, Daniel, he sucks. Him and society, I guess, were the bad guys of this movie. But the other part that I thought was crazy were when she was picking up Izzy from summer camp, and then these parents kept coming up to her because, like, you know, shit had broken loose and everybody knew about the two of them or whatever. And they're just coming up to her, like, taking pictures or being like, I know this was a compliment. It didn't mean ill intent, I think, but still, I didn't like it. Where, like, this one lady was like, oh, you know, like, I appreciate you so much, and I feel like I don't have to lie on Hinge anymore, so thank you for that. What? Not the time.
No.
Like, the dad wanted a picture or some weird shit. Like, ew. It was creepy and gross. I mean, I think for the movie's sake, people were really into her, like, coming down on her hard. But it was a lot for me. I didn't love that.
I agree with everything.
I think the other part that did bother me was Solène was she was surprised when the shit hit the fan, as if they were never gonna get found out. Where I'm like, you were literally traveling like in Europe together, not like some random tiny village with no Wi-Fi. Like, you were literally in these high places with high profile people, and yet you're shocked that there are pictures.
Yeah, like, they weren't incognito. They went out to restaurants and just making out in the street.
And then I'm like, I feel like being called a cougar, that's not that bad.
No, I don't think so. Like, she shut that off, like, as soon as she read cougar. I'm like, it's not bad.
Right. And it was like, okay. And those are good pictures.
Exactly. I mean, she looked great this whole movie.
She looks great. But fuck that kid who bullied Izzy and said the shitty things. That broke my heart a little bit.
I know. Fuck that kid.
Specifically that one.
Yeah.
All right, Connie. We're coming up to the end of our episode with our final thoughts and shot ratings. How do you feel about this movie?
My whole mind was blown at how many times she got near him without any problems. Like, the trailer, the hotel rooms, the sound booth. Like, was she just on a list that she could come in anytime? Like, I don't understand how she got near him so many times. Other than that, I really liked this movie. I liked that they showed that it's okay for a woman to have a relationship with a younger man, because it's okay for an older man to have a relationship with a younger woman. No one says anything about that. And yes, there were times where, you know, society sucks, but I really like this movie. I would watch it again. But yeah, it's a great depiction. Great sexy scenes.
Great sexy scenes. How many shots, Connie?
For me, I'm going to do 2 shots for this movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. One of the things I learned after watching this movie is I feel like I should wear more rings. I felt like everybody in this movie was wearing just a shit ton of rings all the time, and they just looked cool. And I'm like, I should probably wear more. I want to wear more. Get some more rings. I also loved Solen's and Izzy's relationship as like a mother-daughter. Just really, Izzy as a character is like this super cool teenage kid who can put up with a lot of shit and still be okay. But obviously she shouldn't have to put up with so much and, you know, get supported, which I love. But I think she's just a really cool character and super supportive of her mom and her mom's journey of being happy. And then also I loved Hayes and Solen's just relationship as a whole, because I felt like this movie did a good example of showing how he can communicate very effectively with like what he wants and how he feels. Like, I love that. You know, we love good communication here at Drunk on Rom-Coms. Love that.
Yeah, we do.
So that, you know, that just bumps it up. So honestly, for me, like 0 shots, like I want to feel everything. I want to like be a part of each of the moments. Like, I loved it so much. It was so romantic. Muy bien.
Okay, that was our thoughts on the idea of you. I mean, we went through a journey. So really loved it. If you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram at Drunk on Rom-Coms. And as always, thanks for listening. I am Connie.
And I'm Marie.
Thanks. Bye.